welcome back to the channel. Today I just want to touch on Jalen Rose and his sister Tamara Rose. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the clip 2 or 3 days ago where Tamara Rose is blasting her brother for selling the home that he bought for his mother. And this is the same home his grandmother had resided in up until she passed away. And now currently his sister is staying in this house. And she puts it all online using Instagram. And it's really unfortunate and sad that she did that, but who is right here? Because I saw a small clip of this, and then when I did a little bit of digging, I came across Namac TV's clip, and it is a little bit longer. So I'm going to play it in just a second, but definitely let me know what you think. Is she in the right, or was he?
So, this is how my day started. Got woke up with my cousin Jeff coming over here for the 5th time, talking about he about to show somebody my mother's house, like he some type of real estate agent doing Jalen Rose's dirty work. I live in this house. I've been here since 2019. Again, he came in here today in front of the realtor and told the realtor that I was a squatter living here in my mother's house that I took care of my mother and my grandmother in. Yes, he did that this morning after I sent Jeff away and told Jeff, don't bring anybody else here while I live here. I live here and I'm a woman and I live alone. You come up here anytime of day or night you feel like it with your garage door opener and key that my brother gave you without telling me. Okay, and now you bringing strangers up in through here while I'm asleep, or I'm down here in the kitchen and I could be in my bra or naked while y'all just walking up in here and bringing strangers up in here. So at this point, all bets are off. Jalen Rose is a sellout. All them stories he been telling y'all about for the last 26 years about his mother worked at Chrysler in the day and worked at the bar at night, and my mom worked 2 jobs. Well, how about this inside scoop? When his mom was working 9 to 5 and then 6 to 2 in the morning, guess who was taking care of Jalen Rose? Washing his clothes, helping him with his homework, picking his clothes out for school, making sure he ate dinner every night. Wasn't Bill Rose, okay? Bill and Kevin are 8 and 7 years older than me, okay? So they're 12 and 13 years older than him. They didn't grow up with him. I grew up with him. Not only grew up with him, I raised him. So to see him behaving like Mr. Hollywood around here is more than shocking. But it's not new, so I'm not surprised. To come in here mocking me, antagonizing me, calling me a squatter. The Jalen Rose on TV is fake. So you know the one in real life is, okay? Around and find out.
After listening to that, it is definitely clear that his sister is big mad with him. I mean, she put him on blast talking about she's giving the inside scoop. But if you are paying for everything and your sibling doesn't have to do nothing except for lay up, because she wasn't doing Jalen any favors by taking care of their mother. It's her mother as well and grandmother. So you either want to do that or you don't. But is that the reason why she moved in the first place? And if that's the case, then if the mother and the grandmother have passed away and the home is in Jalen's name, then he does have a right to sell it at any time. He doesn't owe Tamara any type of explanation. But she is real upset about the house being sold. And I mean, I can understand that because you're currently living there and you're basically going to be put out on the street unless you find something to do. But it just kind of seems like if your brother or your sister is going to sell a home that you're in, it seems like maybe you took advantage one too many times, or you are being a little too entitled to their money or as far as what they're able to do. So we're going to continue on and I'll be back.
I'm not going upstairs. Hey, IG, Jalen Rose said hi. I got a shout out from Jalen Rose. Ain't that cute? showing his mom's house. That mom that he's been bragging about all these years that he got so much love for, who just passed last year. Yeah, that's him. Selling his mom's house, thinking a billboard is going to suffice when this is her legacy. This is her legacy, but it ain't associated with Jalen Rose, so it don't serve him no purpose no more. Yeah, doesn't serve him a purpose anymore to have his mother's house and the family, because his mom is not allowed to have her own legacy as Jeannie Rose. He wants to reduce her to his mother, and that's it. Yeah, that's him right there, that guy. Good morning. Today is October the 11th, and I woke up in good spirits. I am burning my candle. I'm burning my sage, and I'm getting ready to anoint myself. The enemy is busy, and he is working, and I will not allow him to have the victory over me, over my mother's legacy. I rebuke anything that comes up against me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I know that God's will be done in any situation, not my own. I also know it's not by force or by might that things are moved, but it's by the Spirit. So I'm going to say a prayer that today is a day of calmness, a day of peace and tranquility. So I'm grateful today to be on the wake-up list. And I'm also grateful for the work that you still have for me yet to do. In Jesus' name, amen. No, that's a no. Okay. That's a no. Well, you're not. Well, I live here, and I've lived here since 2019. No, I'm not squatting here. I've lived here when our mother and our grandmother was here. So that's not squatting. Squatting is being somewhere illegally. I'm not here illegally. No, that's not what squatting means. And you have a college education, so you should know that. You should do your research before you say things. Squatting is someone that's here legally. I've been here and I took care of our mother and our grandmother in this house. So that's not considered squatting. When someone has already been living here, that's not squatting. Squatting is somebody coming in somewhere that's vacant, taking over illegally. And I didn't do that. I took care of our mother and grandmother in this house. So how dare you call me a squatter? I won't impose on your privacy, I promise. And I don't mean to cause you any stress. Yes, because I live here. And it would be much more mature if the person who's doing what he's doing would communicate with the person who lives here, who happens to be his sister. I'm not a stranger. I'm his sister. So to be selling a home that I'm living in, that my mother did not want sold, is very offensive to me when she just died last year. It's very offensive. Yeah, no, I didn't know anything. You text me and said. You didn't ask me, you didn't communicate with me. You communicated through a text with Jeff instead of giving me the respect of your sister and communicating with me properly. And I don't know what all that is about, but I've asked you to not do that. I've asked you to not do that. And you continually thrown Jeff under the bus because you want to be ignorant.
Tammy's unhappy this morning.
It ain't about Tammy being unhappy. It's about Jalen is trying to be Jalen Rose and throwing his weight around like you don't have to respect other people.
So we hear a little bit of the back and forth between the two of them. And Tamara is being antagonistic towards Jalen. Jalen is responding. And then she does mention that Jeff, their cousin, is the one who had received a text message. And it started the process as far as people coming through to the house. But Jalen did not communicate this with her. And that is her side. I'm pretty sure if Jalen had gave or gives his side, it would be extremely different. Maybe he did tell Tamara shortly after the mother passed away, maybe a few months after, that he was planning on selling a home. And then maybe she just did not take that seriously and thought, oh, he's not going to sell the home if I'm in it. So we don't necessarily know those details because I just can't see it coming up to now. If you've been living there all this time, you know, you would think somebody would kind of give you a heads up. Just because they're going to need people to come through, maybe inspect the house, clean the house, and see if there's anything that needs to be done. So it seems like there is some type of weird sibling dynamic to me that's going on here. But let's go ahead and play this third clip.
You don't respect other people. You want to keep being an so I can be one too. So this is what I woke up to today? Yeah. This is what I have to deal with. Yeah, while I'm rehabbing and rehabilitating. So we're going to see how this all works out this morning, y'all. There he is right there, the star of the family who runs everything. Yeah, that's him right there. Yeah, look familiar? While his sister's in the house rehabbing, grieving from death and loss, he is bringing strangers through here to show a house that someone's living in as if a whole human being doesn't live in this house. So, yeah. You got the guy on TV, and then you got this guy right here. Yeah. Absolutely. Disrespectful, taunting, antagonizing on a continuous basis. And I don't get it, IG. I don't get it. I really don't get it. For somebody who has everything in the world, he's not going to stop until he tries to destroy everything and everybody around him. Why aren't you happy with life? You've been blessed. So we're gonna sit here and see how all this works out. Cause I'm going downstairs and get me some tea like I do every morning. How do you come in here? Don't speak. I'm sitting here in the house and you come in, bring a stranger in as if I don't live here. And
so I find it really interesting that Jalen had referred to his sister as a squatter, and that pretty much tells us all we need to know about their relationship, because a squatter is a person who unlawfully occupies an uninhabited building or unused land. And she is on record saying that she is not a squatter, but he also said she doesn't pay rent. So if you don't pay rent and you're not a squatter, then what are you? You could be a weekend guest that stayed for about 3 years basically, and you can get probably put out today, because I know in certain states they do have squatters' rights, and you literally have to go through the court system, or you literally have to evict them as if they were a tenant. So I don't know if that would be the case in their state, but she has admitted, and now it's on record because you put it out there in the social media atmosphere, that you're not a squatter. So I'm not going to play the last clip because it talks about the same thing. However, she does mention that a few people have passed away. She said their grandmother, their mother, her man, and I believe a nephew of theirs had passed away. I'm assuming within the 3-year time period or a few months from each other. So getting hit back to back with death like that can take a toll on you. So we don't really know all of what's going on between the two of them. However, the man referred to you as a squatter. And if you're not a squatter, if you're not a renter, then what does that make you? Just a weekend guest that stayed too long? Like 3 years too long? Anyway, let me know what you think. I think I'm going to have to side with Jalen on this one because that is his home. And if the man wants you out, especially since you did not contribute, it is what it is. So thank you for listening, watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.